Hi, I'm David. I own and operate Country Whatnot Gardens here outside of Rochester, Indiana, which is about an hour south of the Michigan state line. I grow 25 different species and varieties of bamboo, and spring is trying to get here. It says it's spring on the calendar. The Yoshino cherries are blooming. There's some spring activity going on, but as we all know, those of us who live in this type of a climate this far north, we know that just because it says it's spring on the calendar doesn't mean it always is. We've been having some frost, some freezing temperatures still, but spring's trying to get underway. Here is a shoot of Phylostachys cirrosicata spectabilis. There are some others across the yard here. If I can get my camera to focus, there we are. You can see one over there. You can see one there. They're all over here. There's some over there. Here are some shoots of Saucimorpha borealis. You can see the tips came up a little bit too soon. They got froze the other night, but it will produce some more. Here's the patch of Saucimorpha borealis. You can see it did get wind burnt this winter, but has a lot of green left. These same culms will produce new buds. Right here by my thumb is a new bud coming out on the Macon clone of our native Arundinaria gigantea. It did wind burn this year, but it's working on reliefing out. The same culms will relief out. It's not top killed. It's just got some wind burn damage around the grove here. But it'll be fine. It'll drop all this old foliage and leaf right back out. You can see what a nice screen our Macon clone of the native North American native Arundinaria gigantea makes. This right here, right there, is a shoot on Phylostachys cirrosicata Harbon. And I've had Harbon for close to 16 years. It's much slower growing than the regular species form. And every winter for the past 15, 16 years, Harbon has top killed. Of course, always returning in the spring from the roots with new shoots. But this year I have a first. A first in nearly 16 years. Harbon did not totally top kill. There's green foliage in here. There's green foliage there, up here, even up there, and over here. And as we walk around, back around the grove, there's green foliage in there, green foliage over here. So it's not a question of one side of the grove or another being more protected from wind than any other because there's green foliage there. It seems that these old culms are going to rebud. So it's pretty exciting being a first in nearly 16 years that Harbon did not entirely top kill. This is pretty cool. I like Harbon. I've always said that Harbon is worthwhile growing even if it does top kill, just because it has such a unique pattern to the culms. It's pretty incredible bamboo. It's striped and grooved all the way around. I really like it. It's very, 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 very interesting pattern. It's awesome. A real eye catcher. So question is, will it continue this? Is it getting established enough just to start not completely top killing certain winters? Was it a fluke? Was it just this winter? This winter wasn't particularly what I would say mild. It got down to -7 degrees Fahrenheit or so. We had some decent wind, but not terrible wind with it. I guess future winters will tell the story of whether or not this is going to be a little bit more cold hardy perhaps than the past, than I have given it credit for in the past nearly 16 years and all of those winters. But we'll see. It's an exciting development. I'm curious to see how much taller Harbon will get since it did not lose those nutrient reserves in the old culms this winter as it has in past winters. But to be nearly 16 years old and only that big of a footprint, I think that shows that all clones of Orosicata are not all that fast in spreading. It's a pretty cool bamboo. If you can grow it, I would say grow it. If you live in a place where you need to put a root barrier in just in case, go ahead and do that. But it is slower. It's certainly eye-catching. I really like it. That pattern on those culms, how striped and grooved they are. It's very unique. I don't think there's another bamboo that is quite like that, where it's actually has deep indented grooves all the way around the culms. But definitely one of my favorites here in the garden. I've not seen any new shoots on Phylostachysatura vaginata yet, but it did handle the winter really well. No top kill, and it wind burnt very minimally, I would say. These old culms will relief back out. It's coming along really nice. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how much size it gains this year, since once again it did not lose that energy reserve that it stores in the old culms. Be fun to see how much size it gains this year. But even here on the west side of the grove that's more exposed, it did really well. It maintained a lot of green foliage. Almost more green foliage than the Macon clone of our native Arundinaria gigantea. And Phylostachysaurosicata Harbon inversa here maintained a good bit of green foliage as well. Looks like these old culms will relief out too. This is a new shoot on Phylostachysaurosicata Harbon inversa, so it's starting to produce new shoots too. The quince bushes aren't far off from blooming. This is Kinomales Toyonishiki is the cultivar on that. And it's the multicolored quince. Looks like it's going to have a good bit of bloom on it before too long. The weeping cherry, there on the left, is a little bit past peak bloom, but it's still pretty. This is an ungrafted example. There's no graft union, it's root to tip weeping cherry. It was started by a nursery that grew it from a rooted cutting. You can see how pretty the canopy is up there. It's about 7 years old now, and it keeps getting fuller each year. This is Phylostachysaurosicata auroricalis, and while I've not seen any new shoots on it yet, it does have some green foliage left, so I think some of the old culms at least will rebud out. But still a nice bamboo. I like that lemon yellow color of the culms. It's really pretty. Has been a quick spring update, and stay tuned because there will be more spring updates on new shoots and things coming up. If you liked the video, please give me a like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. Until next time, thank you for stopping by and take care. Bye.